What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and I have a two-leg NBA parlay, okay? Two sharp picks, both are player props to make money, and we're going to be following the line movements, looking for value. So you can see Royce O'Neal, his over 8.5 points just moved from minus 115 to minus 120. So as a sharp bettor, we want to use data. We want to use market information to zone in on sharp betting opportunities. And it's completely free right now to browse odds on OddsJam. So you can track the line movements, kind of follow along, look for value. So I've gone over strategies before, but one thing I like to do as an example is, especially early in the week, I like to use this screen to look for pretty big discrepancies in the sportsbooks that first release player prop odds for the NFL. I also do this for the NBA. So for example, what you can see right here is there are some big discrepancies between Underdog Fantasy and Prize Picks, which are two fantasy websites that release player prop odds for the NFL first. So what you can see right here is Mahomes over 270.5. You can get on Prize Picks. His passing yards line is set at an over-under of 270.5. And then Underdog Fantasy has him at 288.5. So that's an 18-yard middle, right? That's an 18-yard difference between where the sportsbooks are setting the OU for Patrick Mahomes passing yards. So if you're taking over 288.5 passing yards on Prize Picks, on Underdog, that's a horrible bet, right? Because you can get over 270.5 on Prize Picks, which is 18 yards lower. So if Mahomes ends up with exactly 280 passing yards, you'd be cashing your over on Prize Picks. You'd be losing on Underdog Fantasy, right? Similarly, if you wanted to take Patrick Mahomes under in passing yards, now's a great time to bet it on Underdog Fantasy, because it seems like Underdog Fantasy is a little too high and Prize Picks is a little too low for his passing yards line. But anyways, let's get out of football and let's look at some bets for tonight. My first prop is Zach Levine over 22.5 points. So my parlay is going to be on Betfred Sportsbook, which is a sportsbook located in Arizona, where I'm currently located. And again, all this OddsJam, EV tool does, all this positive EV betting is pretty simple. There's not much BS involved with positive EV betting. Basically, the whole point of positive EV betting is there are millions of sportsbook odds on OddsJam at any given moment, right? If we just look at one market for just a small fraction of the sportsbooks available on OddsJam. So you can see there's tons of sportsbooks available on OddsJam. If we just look at player assists, which is one of the many markets on OddsJam, what you're going to notice is there's probably like 1,000 something data points alone that you could analyze in the player assist market, right? These odds are constantly moving around. They're updating as players get injured, as sharp action comes in, as weather changes in the NFL. All these things move around, right? If weather gets drastically worse in an NFL game and it's very likely to be windy or snow, you're going to see player passing yards come down, right? Sharp bettors following the weather reports will hammer the under, so you will notice that the lines come down. So it's no different, for the NBA. As players get injured, line movements come in, whether players are playing, whether they're on minute restrictions, all those things move the market, right? If Devin Booker's not playing tonight, then Chris Paul, you'll probably see his assist line start to move because Chris Paul is more likely to have the ball, whatever. So long story short, all this EV page does is it tracks the line movements for you and shows you soft spots in sportsbooks where they're screwing up and giving you odds that are too good to be true. So the highest profit margin bet currently on OddsJam is in the Bulls-Nets game, and it's Zach Levine over 22.5 points. So you can see right here, FanDuel has this line at minus 138, Caesars at minus 157, DraftKings at minus 155, and Pinnacle at minus 164. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, all these data points are telling us, hey, Zach Levine over 22.5 should be a lot more juiced than minus 120. You're getting ridiculous value at minus 120. We're getting 18 cents of improvement from FanDuel. 37 cents of improvement from Caesars, 35 from DraftKings. So all these sports books set lines independently. So the EV page, there's just no BS, no fluff. Just scans the market and says, hey, here's the highest value bet. No BS, just math. Here's where the value is. And value is all that matters as a sharp bettor. You don't have to win every bet. You have to beat the market, beat the closing line. That's how you make money betting on sports. It's not that complicated. Beat the market, beat the closing line consistently, and you'll make money, which is exactly what you'll see kind of in my bet tracker data. So if we go here, if we go over to OddsJam, we have a bet tracker, and what's cool about this bet tracker is you can now sync sports books. So you can sync your sportsbook account, so it's automatically going to update. You don't have to track a bet manually. It automatically pulls your bets from the sports books and tells you your ROI, your profit, as well as your beat CLV percentage. So if I go to my bets, for example, you can see it's automatically pulling all these plays I'm making on, Prize Picks, whatever, these Caesars, different sports books, and tracking my profit and loss. And this is the number I care about most, right? There will be swings in terms of net profit. You'll have down weeks. You can see week 38, I lost negative 6.5K on these Arizona sports books that I've been using that are synced. Some other weeks have been killer, made 26K. So it's really hard day to day to see, okay, am I making good bets, right? This is the number I care most about, beat CLV percentage. If you're consistently beating the closing line, beating the market, right, placing bets at minus 120 when the rest of the market is pricing a bet, from roughly minus 140 to minus 164, you're gonna win long term because you're just getting such great prices. It's kind of like if you could buy every stock $10 cheaper than everyone else. We have we have all these data points, 6 different sports books all telling us, hey, here's where the line should be set for Levine over 22.5 points. In the market consensus is it should probably be minus 155 if you take a weighted average of all these sports books. We're getting it minus 120. Ridiculous value of 5% profit margin. So next I went with Gilgeous-Alexander over 27.5 points, minus 110 on Betfred. 2 picks, I slammed it. I actually doubled down because it got better. $500. Then I bet it again for $250. So this is a 2-leg parlay that comes out to plus 250 odds. So I hit it for $750 total. I ride with you guys on all these plays I give out. 500, 250. So we have $750 total at plus 250 odds, which you can see right here. $750 total at plus 250 odds. And I ended up locking it in. Currently, since the start of football season, the plays I've given out were up 31K. 31K. Full-length YouTube videos. No promos either. Promos are BS. They're designed to give you money. This is just straight up sports betting. On live streams, we're up 10K. 9.6K. So literally on live stream, you could have tailed the bets in real time. And this parlay has a profit margin of 10.56%. Just looking at the implied win probabilities based on odds. So understanding parlay math, parlay strategy, you can form profitable parlays. Your picks just have to be profitable. Your picks have to have an edge, just like Zach Levine over 22.5 points. You need your bets to have an edge if you want to make money. So hopefully this video was helpful. 2 really sharp picks, high profit margin bets. Let's make some money, guys.